Shaquille O'Neal was spotted hiding behind a tree to avoid Shannon Sharpe after leaving ESPN studios after news broke that Shaq set Shannon up not only to be fired from ESPN, but to ruin his livelihood and his reputation.
I don't know if you're on this kind of time, but I was in a group chat the other day, or actually just yesterday, and Shaq said he's paying top dollar for any information on old boy. So, again, I don't know if you're on that kind of time or not, but Shaq is known to throw large sums of money around, so just want to put that out there. I ain't quiet. Hey, he said, please keep it quiet. He said that Shannon did some shit back to him a while back, and he's been off him. So that's why he's doing this. But please keep his name quiet.
To that. Have you guys talked?
We haven't. Shaq feels the way he feels, and he's perfectly fine to feel that way.
Shaq is known to be one of the most dangerous athletes in sports. He's able to get information on whoever he have a problem with. And even if he don't have a problem with you, he can still get information on you just in case he ever had problems with you in the future. There's been reports that he's been fishing for information on his own co-workers.
Hey, this is Shaq. I'm paying top dollar information. You know where Charles Barkley's at?
Yeah, I know where Charles is at. I got him.
All right, I'm also paying information. You know where Kenny the Jet Smith at?
Yes, I got Kenny too. I know exactly where he's at.
Okay, now this one right here, get you I'm gonna give you some motherfucking big dollars. Do you know where Ernie Johnson is at?
Ooh, let me work on that one right quick. That's a tough one.
All right, and remember, I'm paying top dollar for all that information. Love you, boy. Hey, don't tell nobody.
All right, one.
All right, go.
I know y'all wondering, why would Shaq be hiding behind a tree from Shannon Sharpe when he's known to pull hits on people? Well, so was Shannon Sharpe. He choked little white women, so it'd be a big black man choke big black man, and them problems that Shaq don't want. He'll hire somebody to kill somebody. It's not like Shaq doing the killing himself. But Shannon Sharpe, on the other hand, he might just kill somebody, especially since he lost his livelihood, he lost his reputation, he lost everything that he ever worked for. If things get any worse, he might have to work for Shaq in the future. You got podcasters out here spilling the beans on Shaquille O'Neal, letting people know that he's not the friendly guy like people was led to believe.
So somebody was acting like they had Shaq sex tapes back in the day. By the way, this also connects to Whack 100, right? There was supposed to be some extortion, Shaq murder for hire. The testified, Shaq told me to kill people. Brother, I'm not making this shit up. Because even when I was talking to Gilly, Gilly was like, yo, Ack, I'm going to be honest with you. Shaq tapped in with the streets. I'm like, bro, we're talking about Superman, the nigga who like is the big goofball at the NBA All-Star games, like dribbling like crazy, and we laugh at him and we love him. And they're like, no, he's tapped in. And I'm like, what? Shaq think he a street nigga. I'm going to say, Shaq, I'm going to keep it cute with you from here on. If you want me to go do a whole deep dive on your history, you don't want to end up like Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to just say that right now. As much money as you think you got, I got a lot of time. And I'm only saying that because Shaq is playing bully in the background. He's the whatever you're hearing this said, me and Tussie got on the phone was like, yo, why is my baby mom's? Shaq, I don't know what the fuck going on with him. Just leave me alone. I hear you getting clapped, just leave me alone, bro. Like, I'll actually try to apologize to you because I don't want to be beefing with you. I like you. When I play 2K, like you're one of the characters I play. So let's not beef. If you hit up another one, like another chick or doing some weird shit with me, I might have to just spend a week breaking down all the allegations that you try to get people killed.
The rumor is Shaq was there when Gabby was recording Shannon Sharpe on the phone. Now, we don't know how true that is, but that's what a lot of people are saying, that Shaq got wind, that Shannon Sharpe had him a little boo thing down there in Nevada. He flew down there. Remember, Shaq played with the Phoenix Suns once upon a time. He's good with Charles Barkley, who also played for the Phoenix Suns. So going to Nevada, that's nothing. Shaq, he's known to get around all across the world. So when he heard Shannon Sharpe had a little girlfriend, he went down there, paid her a visit, had her get Shannon Sharpe real mad, sat there while she recorded this phone conversation right here, allegedly.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
Just in case y'all didn't know, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson, and Charles Barkley is headed to ESPN next season. That's a big salary that they would have had to dish out if Shannon Sharpe was still there. Shaq let it be known that he needed some information on Shannon Sharpe. Then next thing you know, Shannon Sharpe caught up in this scandal. Then he had to give a public apology, which made things 1,000 times worse.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
When it comes to a one-on-one fight between Shaq and Shannon Sharpe, y'all got to let me know in the comment section who y'all think will win that. Shaq is a big dude, but Shannon Sharpe, he's in super shape. He already got on the gear to get into an MMA fight, regardless of where he at. He wear tight clothes. Shaq wouldn't be able to get a grip on him. He big, he black, he slippery, and he like to choke little white women, so he got that grip on his hand that's more rougher than a basketball. So Shaquille O'Neal might have to shoot Shannon Sharpe in the head just to get him off of him. Candace Owens said some things about Shannon Sharpe that had me thinking, this man must really be a monster to do what he did to this pretty little white girl. They said she's Amish. She don't eat dairy. She don't eat cheese. She's just a nice little white girl that got caught up in the sex scandal with a big black guy that liked to choke little white women. If they don't throw him in jail, they need to move him to a state where this type of stuff is accepted. Wherever Kanye West live at, that's where Shannon Sharpe need to be living at. They need to have a dominatrix capital for big black men that want to abuse little white women. I don't see why he's not in jail. But Candace Owens let it be known that not only do he need to go to jail, he need to go to hell.
And we're going to take a listen to the audio that Busby has decided to release. Take a listen.
You want to be a to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
During what she is describing as a quote-unquote rocky consensual relationship. That term, a rocky consensual relationship. And I'll tell you what her story is, okay? Her story is that she was at the gym in Los Angeles back in 2023, pumping some iron. And lo and behold, here comes Shannon Sharpe. They met. Now, to be clear, she says she was just 20 years old, which I hate. I hate that a 56-year-old man is hitting on a 20-year-old at the gym. Again, not illegal, but yes, probably very immoral. I think we can all agree. like going after young women who are younger than your daughters. It's pretty gross. He would have been 54 at the time. And from there on, the two of them start a relationship, a 2-year sexual relationship followed. Now, she's alleging that the rape element didn't occur until October of last year. And then again, so she got raped in October of 2024, and then again, allegedly this year in January. So obviously, for those of you that are following our Harvey series, that's immediately for me where I pause. Because what jumps out is the persistent question that I have in these circumstances, which is what would incentivize any young woman to go back and continue relations with an alleged rapist? The plaintiff is being represented by attorney Tony Busby. That name sounds familiar to you. He is involved in a lot of big named suits. He's made a name for himself. Most recently, Jay-Z came out and said this guy is a shakedown artist because he was essentially trying to loop Jay-Z in with the Diddy accusers. He's representing a litany of Diddy accusers, and he made an allegation that Jay-Z had done something to a 13-year-old. I never jumped on that. I looked into it, and it sounded to me like the case sounded fraudulent to me. I didn't.
The rumors are getting out of hand. You got people online going so far to say that Shaquille O'Neal got Kobe taken out. I don't believe that. And I'm mad that people would say something like that because Shaq and Kobe was boys. And when Kobe went through what he went through, yeah, he did throw Shaq under the bus. And Shaq got mad, retaliated, did diss songs and everything. But before Kobe passed, they made up. But people online saying the reason why they made up is because Shaq had it out for Kobe. And he didn't want people to catch on to the fact that he was the one that took out Kobe Bryant. Once again, these are rumors, stupid rumors if you ask me. But as far as him setting up Shannon Sharpe, that sounds more realistic than him setting up Kobe Bryant. In my opinion, Kobe had a lot of enemies, Jalen Rose being one of them. And can you believe Jalen Rose's daughter is out here doing blogs like she got some type of authority to be speaking on anybody, like her father is a saint? She did a long blog, a couple of them. I think she did like 10, 20 videos talking about Shannon Sharpe. Jalen Rose, come get your daughter before Shaq put a hit out on her.
Don't need to know lawsuit. I mean, here's everything you need to know about the Shannon Sharpe lawsuit. I mean, you probably don't need to know any of this, but now that you've been added to the group chat, whether you wanted to or not, you might as well catch up and know the facts. Shannon Sharpe, Pro Football Hall of Famer, media personality. I saw as of recently he was supposed to sign an $100 million media deal. He is facing a lawsuit where he is getting accused of assault, shaker, and battery, and engaging in the intentional infliction of emotional distress. The lawsuit was filed anonymously in Nevada by Jane Doe, which means she's doing this all anonymously. I hope you didn't actually think her name was Jane Doe. She said that she was in a rocky but consensual relationship with Shannon Sharpe for 2 years. She says that she met Shannon when she was 19 years old at a gym in Los Angeles in 2023. Keep in mind, Shannon is 56. I digress. They had a consensual relationship for around 2 years, and then he assault shakered her in October of 2024, and then again in January of 2025. This is Tony Busby. He's the one filing this lawsuit. He's a trial lawyer from Houston who has filed over 20 lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs. He filed a lawsuit against Jay-Z, and now Shannon Sharpe. He also was a part of the legal team that won settlements against Deshaun Watson for being accused of SA of over 24 massage therapists. Jane Doe is seeking $50 million in damages. Shannon and his lawyers have denied all of this and called it a shakedown and an attempt to get millions out of him. Jane Doe said that Shannon progressively got more violent with her. He was recording their meetings, without her consent. The lawsuit also says that he would threaten to off her if she denied his advances. Jane Doe's lawyers released an audio clip where Shannon said that he was going to choke the out of her. This audio sounded like a recorded phone call. Shannon's lawyers said that Shannon tried to offer her $10 million to settle the case before the lawsuit was filed, but she declined. Jane Doe's suit also refers to a separate lawsuit that Shannon is facing in New York with a woman named Michelle Evans, who claims that Shannon was in a relationship with her for over a decade, but assault shakered her during an argument in 2010. Shannon made a public statement on Instagram claiming that Tony Busby is orchestrating all of this to take down a black man and draw on racial stereotypes. This is where it gets weird and people are asking to be taken out of the group chat. Shannon's lawyers released explicit text messages from Jane Doe to Shannon to set the record straight. In these texts, she seems to be saying that she wants baby gravy and his big black baby in her. Then Tony Busby responded saying, yeah, but all of those texts were sent before the date of the alleged grape incident. I'll give my opinion in the next video.
If Jalen Rose's daughter wasn't black, Shannon Sharpe probably would have paid her $25K per cheek the same way he did Gabby, but he got a certain taste. He don't drink coffee, but he loved milk. I ain't talking about strawberry. I ain't talking about chocolate. I'm talking about regular goat's milk. They're saying the girl that Shannon Sharpe was with looked like Harry Potter. Now, I think that she aight. If I had to rate her, I'd give her about a 5. Depending on what Shannon was doing with her, he make it to where no man will ever want you again. He brutally assaulted her. She needed $50 million to get anal reconstruction surgery. So with that being said, she about a 2 or a 3. She is very Harry Potterish. Y'all gonna have to let me know in the comment section. Do y'all find this girl attractive? Because if y'all don't, I don't. I don't want to be on the outside looking in. But Shannon Sharpe caught a lot of backlash because he told Darnell Rawlings that he shouldn't have been messing with no young women, and he was messing with young women himself. And when they asked him what type of woman he want, Shannon Sharpe had the nerve to say that he want a sinner. Now, I know Shaquille O'Neal is known to be with some freaks too, but the women Shannon is known to be with, he needs to get some help immediately.
So young that she could pop out. 20. She 23. Darnell. 20. Why you didn't date her mom? Why you go for the Darnell? I didn't date her mom because why didn't I date her mom?
You mentioned that, and that's one of the topics for the night. And I tweeted you earlier today about her. I said, listen, what y'all think about this God-fearing woman who has herself aligned in the right places being unionized with
I'm looking for a sinner.
Huh?
I'm looking for a sinner. I'm looking for a sinner. Send me Miss Nasty B. What her name was?
Oh,
and what did you say? I would need an umbrella.
Miss Nasty B.
Yeah. I'm looking for. I don't want nobody walking in the straight and narrow.
No.
Nah. I want a sinner. That's what I'm looking for.
1 minute he quoting the brat, next minute he getting sued by a brat, a 19-year-old brat that took every dollar he had. He offered her $10 million because that's all the money that was in his account. Shannon Sharpe was warned not only by Cat Williams, but also by Monique. It's sort of like he wasn't listening to what Cat Williams was saying. And then a couple of interviews later, Monique came and basically told him the same thing, but more directly at him. And he still act like he didn't know what was going on, like his secrets would never be out in the open. And now look at him. He should have listened to Cat Williams, and he should have listened to Monique.
I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Cat.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that.
The canceling, what do you think about this cancel culture? You see the situation with Jonathan Majors. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I don't know if maybe he can bounce back in a couple of years, but man, he was hot. He was hot. He was cooking. I mean, you see him in Creed, he's in the Marvel movies, and then just like that.
Maybe I'm a conspiracy theory, but I thought Cat Williams said any time they make you into that position, part of that contract is you do understand whenever we want to take you down, we can, right? Anytime you see them telling you something you can't believe, just understand it's a play. And it don't matter. You gonna know it's a play as soon as they get in that position and think they gonna tell somebody something. No, you're not.
To make them feel better about themselves when they come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I do. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old up there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Dang. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her Listen, I need you. Want some money to go to Starbucks? Yeah.
Like you heard in the beginning of the video, Shaq had a conference call. Matt Barnes was on it, but there's no telling who else was on that call. They're saying Stephen A. Smith was on that call. A lot of other basketball players got podcast, and ever since Shay came on the scene, they haven't been getting the same amount of views they was getting before Shannon came out with Nightcap and every other thing he got going on. So they was trying to figure out how can they get Shannon off the block. I need y'all to listen to this man because he break it down and explain to people exactly what happened with Shannon Sharpe up there at ESPN.
So I'm at an investors conference and I was listening to some pitches, decided to take a break, went to the bar to hydrate, opened up my phone and boom, Shannon's X account has this screenshot. Quote, "My statement is found here and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I'm electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I've received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues. Shannon Sharpe." Wow. Kaboom. A lot of conversation about would Shannon Sharpe be able to keep his job throughout this litigation process. We now know that answer. What happened? What changed the hearts? What changed the minds of those ESPN executives? Because when the allegations first hit, Shannon Sharpe was allowed to still come on air. Something changed. We'll talk through that. But first, I want you guys to all know, what did Shannon Sharpe sign on to when he signed to go to ESPN? Here's their conduct policy. "You will act at all times with due regard to public morals and conventions. You shall refrain from any offensive or distasteful remarks or conduct in the production and broadcast of the programs. If in at any time you shall do or have done any act or thing that would amount to a felony or misdemeanor under federal, state, or local laws, or which tends to bring you or us into public disrepute, scandal, or ridicule, or which might insult or offend the community or substantial group thereof, or which might reflect unfavorably on us or injure the success of the programs, we shall have the right to terminate this agreement at any time before the expiration of 30 days after the date on which we acquire knowledge thereof." Just wanted to clarify for everybody out there, there was a 30-day clock that started the day that ESPN found out about these allegations in terms of enforcing their conduct policy. So now, let's get into this, because Shannon Sharpe, like everybody, was under the presumption of innocence when the allegations first hit. He actually still is, but here's the problem. There are two ways to fight allegations like this. The traditional method, which you let your lawyers speak and you put out that blanket statement that says, "I'm going to let due process take care of itself and we'll discuss this in the court of law," blah, 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 right? And then there's the newer model, which Jay-Z took, which is come out swinging, and not only swinging, but successfully winning that fight, getting the case dismissed.
And with that being said, there's only one person, and I mean only one person, that's siding with Shannon Sharpe in this situation, and y'all wouldn't believe who it is.
Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother. Shannon Sharpe, I'm going to stand with you, my brother, on one condition. I'm getting text messages from all over the African universe telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm getting text messages telling me that Shannon Sharpe was accused of the unspeakable. I'm going to stand with my uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with my uncle Shannon Sharpe. I'm going to stand with Uncle Shay Shay on one condition. Uncle Shay Shay, no more snow bunnies after this scandal. If you cannot promise me that you will never seek the company of another snow bunny, I cannot stand with you. Uncle Shay Shay. Uncle Shay Shay. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with you, Unc. I think it's a scam. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe on this one. But Uncle Shay Shay, no more bunnies after this. Can somebody confirm if he's being accused by snow bunnies or Afro queens? Is Uncle Shannon being accused of snow bunnies or Afro queens? Who can confirm? Does anybody know the race of Uncle Shay Shay's accusers? Are they black or are they white? Are they black? Is this a rice bunny situation? Is this a snow bunny situation? Is this a sand bunny situation? Is this a salsa bunny situation? Teresa Double O, if you have a co-wife, you can fill out my wifey resume. Wifey resumes must come with 2 names on them. Wifey resumes must come with 2 names on them. You know my number. 215-989-9858. You know my number. 215-989-9858. Text messages only. Text messages only. Text messages only. 215-989-9858. I need to know the race of Uncle Shay Shay's accusers. Was Shannon Sharpe accused by the rice? Was Shannon Sharpe accused by the ice? Was Shannon Sharpe accused by the snow? Was Shannon Sharpe accused by the sand? Or was he accused by the salsa? I'm standing with Uncle Shannon because I don't like when black men get taken down. I got to stand by him. Yes, he's a lifetime snow bunny hopper. Yes, he's a lifetime snow bunny hopper, but that's my brother. Uncle Shannon Sharpe is my brother. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe until the facts prove otherwise. I'm standing with Uncle Shannon Sharpe until the facts prove otherwise.
Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Do y'all feel like Shaquille O'Neal set up Shannon Sharpe, put that money down to get that information? I think personally that not only was it Shaquille O'Neal, but it was Stephen A. Smith and a whole bunch of other people that didn't like the way Shannon Sharpe was shining. They didn't like the fact he was with Skip Bayless. They pried him away from Skip Bayless, bought him over to ESPN just so they can have their way with him. He had protection at Fox Sports. They was willing to protect him. He did some crazy stuff in the past and they protected him. He choked out one of the assistants up there at Fox Sports, and they dropped the bag to make it all go away. When he was acting up at the Lakers game, he went on First Take. They made all that go away. Him and Skip got into it one time. He was feeling too big for his britches. He was feeling like he was invincible. Stephen A. Smith went and got him. Now, mind you, Shannon Sharpe was hand-picked by Skip Bayless over Stephen A. Smith. So you know Stephen A. Smith felt the way about that. You know he was in his feelings that Skip left him to be with Shannon. And he always wanted to get that revenge. Like they say, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Stephen A. was always an enemy to Shannon Sharpe. He had enemies in high places. Stephen A. Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. He hurt a lot of people back in the day. And when he was younger, he was a wild boy. He was hitting the women left and right. He even knocked one of Shaq girls. That's something that you don't want to do. Shaq gonna take that to the grave. He ain't never forgot about that. And then you see that same dude you was beefing with back in the day, doing podcasts, he all on TV, he smiling, he laughing, he sitting down with Steve Harvey. Had the interview of the year with Cat Williams. He on the run that just can't be stopped. This is the shortest lived podcast career that we ever seen. He was safer with Skip. If he really want to keep this thing going, he gonna have to sit down with Skip Bayless on Club Shay Shay, hash it all out. They gonna have to come back together. Regardless if they got allegations or not, they need to both get back on Fox. Figure it out, man, because Fox need them, man. They ain't got no sports shows that people interested in. ESPN is a powerhouse, and I don't think they can be stopped. Y'all got to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, man. I got so much love for y'all. Yo, I'm going to holler at y'all on my next video.